I don't know if it was possible, but we had a plot.
There was a plot.
Didn't we just joke about this a few episodes ago? How
we
said,
I think I might have been the last episode.
Yeah, I think it was literally the last episode we talked about this. But yeah, no, they actually had a plot. And this is why Cromartie doesn't have a plot.
Because when they try to have a plot, it's literally over within seconds.
It's not interested. It's like someone told them in production, the production committee told them, hey, you got to give them a story to get hooked onto. And it's that's not the point, though. It's do it or we'll cut the funding even more. And it's okay, but we're going to do it our way.
Our entire plot structure is non sequiturs.
Yeah, pretty much. So, episode 16 and 17. Japan Boss Championships and Let Me Tell You My Name. Hokuto, who was not invited to join the Japan Boss Championship, attempts to join the fight. Later, no one can remember what Hokuto's lackey's name is, and when he tries to tell everyone, he keeps getting interrupted. And then, the Japan Boss Championship finally begins. Every school boss and punk is there. However, the championship isn't exactly what everyone thought it would be. Who will win? And will Distraught High accept the winner?
Care.
No. No. So basically, the first part of the first episode is basically Hokuto being I'm amazing, I'm perfect, I'm rich. And then he's I got the best martial arts skills. And it's what martial arts skills? This show is barely animated as it is. Nobody fights. Anyway, he was transferred to Cromartie by mistake and then found out about the Boss Championship because he wasn't invited. Oh, poor baby. And it kept happening every year except the year with the oil shock, which I guess there's got to be some historical context there. Probably. To know what that's a reference to.
Keep talking.
So then, Hakuto's man, nobody likes me. And then Hakuto's lackey is oh, well, you don't hang out with anybody. When everybody wanted to go to karaoke, it's you said you'd rather go home and watch TV. And basically sasses back at him. And Hakuto's is throughout the whole thing, just he's saying okay, name your friends. Well, there's this one, you're one of them, and then there's, well, anyway, making friends is what poor people do because they don't have cash. Just all right, this is why.
So in 1973, there was a oil crisis. The first oil crisis began in October 73. Members of an organization of the Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, AOPEC, led by Saudi Arabia, proclaimed an oil embargo. The embargo targeted nations that supported Israel during the Yom Kippur War.
Wow.
That's a deep cut to make for just a joke to say, oh, it didn't happen this year. They could have just said everyone got the cold or something like that. Instead, they pull a political, historical context to why the Japan Boss Championship, which they don't even really say what that entails. But anyway, this show. So, as he's brushing his teeth with a little smiley face on the toothpaste.
For a second,
yeah,
I just read a line later down. These cuts nearly quadrupled the price of oil from $2.90 a barrel, $2.90 a barrel. It's more than that for a gallon.
God, where are these gas prices these days?
I was in 74. Oh, rip my heart out. Go on. I'm Lord. Sorry. I had to share that. That just
that's amazing.
Ripped my soul out of my body.
No, our souls just left that body because we're not dealing with that right now. I wish.
Good Lord.
God, I wish. So, smiley face on the toothbrush. He's brushing his teeth, and then his lackey's just kind of getting smarmy about him, being it's see, this is why you don't have any friends. And then Hakuto snipes back, being all well, you weren't invited, were you? Yeah, see? And then there's blob in the bucket. I don't know why there's that. Like, while it's panning over one shot, there's a blob in the bucket. They do these weird little background gags throughout this whole show. Don't get it. And then as he's saying, like, well, it's not like I wanted to not go to karaoke because I have a good singing voice when I do sing. It's just I don't want to perform. And that's not because I'm a bad performer. And as it pans over to the left, there's like the gorilla, Freddy, I guess, and then some people just waiting like at the edge of their seats about what the answer is.
Yes. And
then there's the whole scene of them walking down the hallway, and then it's like, no wonder why they don't animate this show. When they do. Which is, I mean, that's the joke, because they were doing all these like over the top versions of this like henchman grunt, like delinquent walk cycles and such. Like, that's the point. This is Production IG. They're a great studio. They put out good animation.
Oh yeah,
this is intentional.
Yes,
it has to be, because that's one of the silliest walks I've seen.
Oh, it beats the ones from what was it? Monty Python. The
Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yeah. And then they're just like, hey, why don't you do a PR campaign for how great you are? And he busts open through the door and it's like, it's Hakuto. And then they're just like, well, why should you join the Japanese Boss Championship? And the lackey's just like, well, he's got a high social standing and ranking. And then this guy just peers way too close to the screen. And
yes.
Like, what? Huh? You mean he has a good social standing outside of school? I jumped out of my seat a little. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yes, exactly.
God.
It's the Yoshikage Kira shot.
I'm just saying, this lackey's going a little too hard for a guy who would probably ditch him on the side of the road.
A little bit.
Kind of comes off like he would stand Elon Musk if he had to. I'm just saying.
No, Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Then they're just like, okay, Hakuto, you got to be the world boss. And then, of course, the animation drops again. But that's, again, the joke. Just people flying around and floating around in the background. Freddy's just standing there going like, yes! Doing that. So then it's just like, all right. How do I do this? Then it cuts away because, again, they don't care about the plot.
Again. No. Not at all.
And then they, like, as they're all hanging out, and then there's, in the background, someone spray painted, you know my name! Which I'm sure was, now I'm thinking about it, it's like leads up to that point.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're just like, what would you do? And then they're like, well, I look like my mom or my dad or whatever. Just like artificial conversation fodder.
Yes.
And then every time they go to
my dad doesn't have a purple mohawk though.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Yes.
Damn well. And then every time they go to the lackey's name, and what about you? What would you do? And then once again they do that whole joke again, but then they put a film filter over it. It's like it's a horror story. And then it's just like, gosh darn it, nobody knows my name here. It's like, Hakuto, you know me the longest, so you should know what it is. I forgot. It's like, okay, fine. Listen, my name is, and he keeps getting interrupted all over again. It's like, oh no, we spilled Freddy juice. Then I'll clean it up. Okay, my name is, well, great. Now we don't have any juice. It's like, well, fine. I will go get us some juice. Okay. My name is, hey, those guys want to start a fight. Oh, I'll finish the fight. And then, and then they cut like 30 minutes pass, and then he comes back and they're like, whoa, man, didn't know how good of a fighter you were. Yeah, well, anyway, my name is, oh no, a meteor hit the school building.
So stupid.
This show is so dumb, but it's so great.
It's the best.
God. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in like forever. Golly. Okay, so the next episode starts. He still wants to say his name. And then he's like, okay, my name is, oh my God, there are aliens coming out of the school. Meteorite. And they have like the Darth Vader outfit, and they sound like they're trying to do a Borat impression.
And this was before Borat too.
Yeah.
And
Oh
they
yeah.
have the weird. They have tubes coming out of their stomach, up through their mouth, through the back of their head, and then back through the other end of their back. I'm like, what does that tube do?
Don't ask.
What is this character design right now?
So then they're just like talking. It's like, yeah, man, like you're very polite. Yeah, my name is. Oh, look at like our ship is here. Okay, well, it's nice seeing y'all. Bye. Oh,
And then and then it turns out Freddy is one of.
Oh no!
is
They
on the
took
ship.
Freddy. And even by the way, between these two episodes, the narrator's just like will Hakuto be part of the Japanese boss championship? Will everyone know Lackey's name? Many of these questions will be answered in the episode, but some of them will not.
But a lot of them will not.
Oh gosh. So then after the aliens leave and such, and then it's like the narrator literally goes moving right along to the boss championship, and then everyone has like they're like, whoa, look at that guy. I heard he killed a bear with his bare hands.
I was so hoping he was gonna lift and he actually had bare hands.
Oh god, that would have been.
I was like, please let him have bare hands.
And then they keep doing like the copy pasta, like paste character designs, because it's almost like they're all three of them are the same person. They just do different hairstyles.
Probably.
And they're like, I heard he took care of a bear. Yeah, I hear he like nurtures them or whatever. And then it turns out the
He
whole
raised one.
yeah. So then it turns out the whole Japan boss championship deciding point is a Q&A. And then they're just like,
and it's
quickly.
one question too.
Yeah, it's just one question, and it's about where does milk come from?
No.
And
what is milk the key ingredient in yogurt?
Oh yeah. And they're just like, what kind of question is that? They're so dense. It's like true or false. So they go over here, like all of them go over here. Hayashida, Kamiyama is the only one over there on the right side. And then they're just like, okay, he wins.
It was only one question?
And then Yamaguchi's just like, well, we can't just let that be a thing. And he's just like, wait a minute, it's Honey Boy. So it wasn't just to pick who's the toughest man. It's the one who's the king of comedy. Well then, Yamaguchi, man, it's like the inside of his skull, like all fro and hair and such. Because
I don't.
It has to be
because he misunderstands everything to such a degree that you have to go out of your way to do that. And then, of course, favorite line read of the episode. It's like, okay, so here we go. So you need to press the buzzer as soon as you know the answer.
They have a lot of very dry cuts, and it's the best thing ever.
It reminds me of Akudama Drive, where they will sometimes like throw in a dry cut because it's like the most like they're like, okay, yeah, it fits the show. It's not going to be out of place.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then they're just like the silly hats, especially with Yamaguchi's hat just sitting on top of the afro. And then Ishikawa gets an answer right and then gets punched.
That's right, he does.
Yeah. And then Hayashida answers and the little egg thing pops out of the head. And then it's like, okay, what's the answer? I don't know. And Yamaguchi's just like, what a brilliant strategist. He knows exactly what he's doing. And then it's like, next question, Hayashida answers again. Hey, I just realized the answer to the previous question. Can I answer that one?
Shut up.
Shut up. I don't want your crap with me.
Yeah. Okay, this next one is worth 300 million points.
What was the point of those other questions?
Yamaguchi's just like, man, this is going to be easy then. I'm just going to get the answer wrong. And then he does something. I even looked up what the subtitle said. It's this foreign language word here. I thought he was saying like nacho or something.
I didn't understand even remotely what he said. I was like,
it's like,
okay.
oh, and then like I can't tell if that's like racist or not, that they're making fun. Like that the subtitles won't even bother saying what he said,
God,
or if it's just gibberish. And then
He probably just said gibberish, and it just happens to be correct.
yeah, and then it's like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's correct. What? And then we get the closer, probably the best, well, one of the best sequences ever. We get Yamaguchi and Hayashida together, and in a cafe, and it's the best one. It's like old school comedy duo routines of like Abbott and Costello and whatever and such. Oh gosh, yeah. So he's like, I gotta tell you this secret of mine because I think you're the only one who can keep it. And then Hayashida's like, okay, no problem.
You're gonna keep it secret, or you just forget.
Yeah, I forgot that you heard them.
Yes.
And then it's like, so my secret is I have motion sickness. And then Hayashida has this huge cup of water for one frame.
One scene, yeah, one frame.
And then they're just like what? How do you not know what motion sickness? And then Freddy comes in wearing a pink apron. So,
By the way, Freddy is back on Earth.
Yeah, they just like, oh yeah, I guess Freddy's back.
And then Hayashida has a deep conversation about like, hey man, so you should just be more open and talk with people about this because that way you can like go through your problems and solve them. Wow, it's amazing. Well, so I got a deep secret too. Oh well, what is it? I wear a wig.
He took his hair off one other time. I can't remember. They were like getting in the shower or changing clothes or something. He's only taken his wig off one more time. The wig that has 75% scalp protection.
And it looks like Kamiyama's hairstyle. And then he goes through the
Yes.
whole explanation of just like, it's like, I don't like having his hair. I want to have rebellious hair, but having a purple mohawk would cause my parents to freak out. So that's why I keep this hair for them. And then doesn't explain the weird mohawk stuff, but then Kamiyama comes walking in and they're like, oh no, you gotta put the wig back on. Hold on, I got it. And it's not Yamaguchi, Takenuchi has the wig on. And Kamiyama just standing there dead. I don't know. They don't give you a punchline for that, but the show.
This show, man.
It's ridiculous.
Honestly, these two episodes are my new favorite.
I think that's accurate. I think these are the best ones. I think the lackey, you're never going to know his name.
No.
Nope.
It's the class rep of this show.
Yeah, pretty much. And just that whole sequence of him getting interrupted and just getting madder and madder and madder.
Pretty much.
Just good punchlines, man. This is great. It's like, this is why the show's great.
No, absolutely.
Yep.
No. But I don't know how they're going to top it. I just don't know.
They have an intersecting plot again, maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Cameron, where can I find it?
You can find me on Twitter at Cam's Eye View. I have a website called camseyeview.biz where I review animated films and shows from around the world called The Other Side of Animation. I also have a Patreon at patreon.com/camseyeview. I am also the co-host of the Renegade Animation Podcast on renegadepopculture.com.
All right. And Mike, where can they find it?
You guys can find me on Twitter at CaptainK42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser, on the Banana Meter. Listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly Twitch and YouTube. And until next time, we will see you all later. Bye!